Well, Henshaw here again, your friendly local constitutional coop from California. And this video is going to concentrate on the money issue, which, as you might suspect, is central to all the causes where our rights have been summarily removed by the de facto National Socialist government, aka the New York fucking banksters. And you're going to learn all about that and why we don't have anything remotely resembling our federated republican form of government of defined and limited powers, and all that remains is that much ballyhooed democracy, three wolves and two sheep voting on what's for dinner, aka today's elective despotism. To learn more, send me an email, uincourt@gmail.com. And they're going to find out how we got from the past from lawful money of the United States pursuant to the Coinage Act of 1792 to undefined dollars that are used across the board today, defined, as you'll learn, if at all, by the president acting as commander-in-chief of the armed forces. But the problem with that is you probably aren't in the military and you're not subject to it, are you? Oh, that's the really interesting story you're going to learn a lot more about, and how we can get around them and get things done. And once you get back to the fact that we have property rights and that the undefined dollars that we're currently forced to use represent our property in the form of our time and labor, things get better in one hell of a hurry, because it's not our fault, that these dollars are out there circulating. And by the way, a big tip off here comes from the federal taxation code, where it says right in there that a taxpayer, quote unquote, has a zero interest in his time and labor. Now, that only applies if you know the truth, and I'm going to teach it to you pursuant to an act 4 years earlier called the Corporation Excise Tax Act of 1909. Now, the government can tax a fucking corporation out of existence. Who gives a rat's ass? But we're not corporations, are we? Oh, another very interesting issue you're going to learn all about. And think about it. How do you walk into one of their quote unquote courtrooms, aka administrative tribunal, and they can't tell that you're not Chase Bank, IBM, or Microsoft? What's the problem here? If we had a neutral judicial magistrate there like we're supposed to have, the charges would be dismissed as soon as we showed up and with prejudice to the cause, because they can't prove that you're a quote unquote person within the meaning of any of their statutory schemes. Learn more, send me an email, uincourt@gmail.com. And this gets down to the issue of we don't have any judicial courts. And that's the winner, winner, chicken dinner. Because without those, you're going to learn that any and all laws purportedly on the books are null and void, non protunct ab initio from day one as bills of attainder. Trump knows it, Bondi knows it, and most importantly, the current justices of the U.S. Supreme Court know it. And we're going to get rulings on these issues. I hope before this term is over. It's almost June now, so we'll see how that goes. But they have to get started and do it now, and hopefully with some younger justices on the court. I'll be talking more about that in another video. But they know what the problems are, and they know, as you'll learn, when we show up as lawful de jure jus sanguinis state citizens, or even inhabitants of territories, we have the right to get to the U.S. Supreme Court on the express train in their original jurisdiction, and they have the sworn duty to answer our complaints. And a quote from one of the best decisions they ever made, if not the best, Cohen v. Virginia, 6 feet and 264. What did they say? The Constitution gave to each person having a claim upon a state a right to present his case to the court of the nation, no matter how small a claim or how little interest the community in its outcome. The framers of our Constitution thought it important, in the interest of justice, to create a tribunal as superior to influence as possible, in which that claim might be decided. We have rights, and corporations don't. It's that simple. And you're going to learn all about it. Send me an email, youwinnincourt@gmail.com. And people say, oh, Colin, oh, well, the hell it is. The Supreme Court recently has cited that on more than one occasion. They know what's going on here. Best decision they ever made is you're going to learn. Send me an email, youwinnincourt@gmail.com, and we'll go through a lot more about it and how to get my modestly priced materials so you can really put up a fight even in their corrupt courts. And if they find a way to hit a judicial court, they're going to get a summary default judgment in your favor with prejudice to the cause. And that means not only you win the case, but that's going to be what's called liquid res judicata. And the next time one of these corporations comes after you, you just file that judgment in against them and tell them to take a hike. That's how good this really is and how great a job those racist framers did 230 years ago. Wasn't a perfect government, no question about it, but we get that back. Federated Republican form of government of defined and limited powers. We can go back, make changes, and do it right. And that's exactly what we want to accomplish here. So send me an email, youwinnincourt@gmail.com. Subscribe, like the videos, tell your friends, get the word out. The sooner we take these bastards on, even in their corrupt courts, the quicker we get our rights restored and those of your children and your posterity. How's that for taking care of business? Send me an email, youwinnincourt@gmail.com. Subscribe, like the videos, tell your friends, get the word out. The sooner we start taking action, the quicker we get these bastards off our necks. Thank you.